Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is February 17, 2023. All right, let's hop right into it here. As you see, kind of exactly what we said yesterday. Price came down, ended up taking out those lows first. So from the low, let me zoom in, the low from February 10, Friday, and the low of 31st of January, Tuesday. Came out to get that first because we have this big range now because it was a big down day yesterday, so you expect some type of retracement, right? So price came down, smacked that, got into that, chopped up a little bit, and then decided to finally come back up and then reach our level that we put yesterday here, which sealed price up very nicely, and I mean to the T, right? All right, let's go into the smaller time frame here, 5 minute. So price opened up, gapped open. Okay, so previous videos, please watch them. Take your gaps to the right. You'll see price that'll either revisit them and then hold as either support, resistance as well. So as you see here, price came up and it didn't take out the gap completely, but it didn't have to. I mean, it's order flow as far as gaps are concerned. Came back down, was rushing down in Asia, London. So London made a low at 3:35 in the morning, right? Took out that liquidity underneath, started to make structure, not really great structure, but in a way it was good enough, I guess. So never broke this high yet until we got right here. So when we broke that high here, that's a big indication of bullish direction. Does it mean 100%? You're going to need more with that, right? So as this was chopping up here, I did take a loss actually in here trying to take it up. And, you know, that's okay. When it came in here and then it sank more down, which is fine. I'm going to show you in a 1 minute chart. But still held the bias because why? I know we've already took down all this liquidity from here and here. Could it have tapped this again? Sure, but it wasn't, right? And it was holding. These blocks are holding. These demand blocks are holding. So as you see to the right, they're holding. They're holding price. So if it had broke under here, I'd be like, yeah, definitely, right? But when 930 comes open, you have to be very wary. You have to watch that. If you get thirsty and try to trade in before, you're going to get hurt generally, right? Unless it's like, you know, you took a trade from here and then 930 now is over here, right? Like you got a major good position. So that's totally different. Anyways, so let me go into 1 minute so you can see it. But here you will see on the 1 minute, it's very choppy. So the 2 minute and 3 minute was a lot better than this 1 minute, but I do need the details. So anyways, price broke up. So nice order flow. See this? Higher low, higher low, higher low. So getting you in on purpose. And then that's what this opens for. This open took out all this liquidity. This is 931. I'm sorry, 932. It was 31, right? Yeah, no, 31. Yeah. So 31 came down and then took out those lows, but this kept it alive. See this zone right here, this little area right here. So when it kept it alive and then it came back up and then it broke up, this is a good sign of bullish order flow. So you see we tapped right over that, and then we came back down, and this was deep. I ain't gonna lie, this was deep. So, and you can't even see this. I did this on a 10-second chart, which I'm actually going to show you. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to show you anyway, because you're probably like, well, what the hell are you talking about? So, and this is a prime example. So if I open up here, you see this. This green zone is that big 1 minute wick that I just showed you. But in this 1 minute wick is obviously more candles. So the last candle down with this imbalance, this held price when the price finally came back in. Okay, so I got caught right here is where I got caught. See this one right here? Originally I got caught and I had my stop loss underneath this imbalance. And I was like, all right, cool. Because look, you see how it taps it? And I was like, all right, that's perfect. And then it came back down. But that's okay. No big deal. No big deal. I mean, you know, if you're confident and you know what you're doing, you're looking for the same thing every day. You take a loss, it's no big deal. All right. So, because I get people messaging me sometimes. How do you know? Aren't you afraid of losing? It's like, no. Anyway, so price came down and then got back into this wick. I'm sorry, this candle a lot lower than I would like. That's for sure. So what I did is I wait for order flow. I'm not going to be stressing out trying to get in as soon as it taps. So I let order flow. Look at it closely. I mean, this is the 10-second chart, so this is new maybe for you. But price you wouldn't know if it's a 1-minute chart or a 10-minute or you know whatever. So price came down, took the liquidity here, and then broke up right there. Broke up, then came down, came up, came down, came in this block. Could have been a buyer right there. Waited for another break. Broke up, came down. Came out to this block, you could have been a buyer again. Better risk to reward too. But I wanted more confirmation. So I waited for a third break. Boom. Third break, came back in, hit the block nicely, got into this imbalance nicely, and that's what you're looking for. But you're not going to really see that on a 1 minute. And you're probably like, dude, you're crazy. Well, after years of staring at this every single day, all day, you kind of get to see this. It becomes normal, right? And that's your goal. That's what you're wanting, right? So you'll get there, of course, but patience. Price broke all the way up. Where did it meet? I'm on the 1 minute, right? Let me go to, well, I'll keep it here. So price reached that that gap, ran right through it. My goal is here. My goal, we discussed it yesterday, very clear. I'm reaching for this price here. But now when it reached here, when I saw this big wick reach up and then come back down, I took 80% off because I was afraid that this was going to be an imbalance for a future day. So sure enough, when you see this type, look at the candle. I mean, when you see that's a violent candle, right? That's not this candle. That's not that candle. That's not that candle. That's not that candle. You see the trend here? That's not any of these candles. When you see a violent candle like that, I'm done, okay? So 80% took off right here, and then it retraced back. Now, I knew I could have got it back in again because my goal was here, but I didn't know how long this was going to take. And I don't give a shit about missing this portion of the trade. Dude, in reality, you can't think like that. You got money in the bank. You're taking profit. You are good. That's your goal. Fuck this, this line, all right? But please don't look at my precision as like a measure of winning, all right? Anyways, I don't want to go off into a tangent, but when the price comes back down, right, now you're like, okay, well, where are we gonna stop in here? If I went to even a 5 minute, you'll be able to see that we got this big imbalance here. We have some highs here that'll slow it down, right? But you would definitely see that better on a 1 minute or a 2 minute. Let me show you a 2 minute. 2 minutes pretty good. So you see this right here. You see this imbalance. Once it taps underneath, that's a big red flag. And you've got, I mean, it's perfect actually on the 2 minute. You see this? You see the high there? This candle, this candle, this candle, this candle. This is all one block because they're all together. So at the top of that, look at the point. Look at to the right. This is what you're looking for. Look at the high of this candle to the top left. Look at the top left screen. The high of this candle is 33,574. Okay, what's the low of this candle? 33,574. I mean, yo, that's perfect. So that's what you're looking for. Plus, coupled with this imbalance, maybe you just hit like an aha moment right now, which is good. This is the whole point of why I made this channel. So anyways, that was a very good opportunity to buy. And then when you get this type of movement or this type of precision, you're expecting order flow back up. And so because they created this high, and I'm still aiming for that. Last 20% was still on. I never got stopped out, and I wasn't going to get stopped. If it came all the way down, I would have been a break even. I would have put my stop like this. Guaranteed. Well, that doesn't look good, but you get what I'm saying. It would have been a break even, right? So protection underneath that low of that block, and sure enough, was beautiful. Then that's a high that it's going to be looking for. So look, you see the price drawing to it, coming back in and out, higher, high, higher, low. And so you could have caught entries in here, which I'm not even going to go into. You could do that homework on yourself and you could see it yourself. But that was the goal. And sure enough, look what happened to the price. Look what the price is doing. It's getting stuck. It's literally laying on it, right? And I drew that yesterday. So there's no one going to tell me, oh, that's hindsight. Bro, I told you this yesterday that we were going to hit this line. And I mean, we're laying on it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I hope this is all helping. Oh, and then plus, our other pieces of confluence were we had these divergences happening. Look at NASDAQ falling down. Look at the S&P falling down, taking out lows. But look at US 30. Look at Dow Jones. It's going up, making higher lows. So this was the indicator to let you know that we're going on the upside. When they were taking out liquidity on this side, that's telling me we're going on the upside because they're taking liquidity out. Because when you take liquidity out, you end up reversing generally. Why? Because they're looking for the previous highs, right? Because they're done taking the money from down here. All right. Another piece of confluence was the dollar. Very clear as well. Look at the dollar gapped open today. Okay. Dollar gapped open today, then reached equilibrium of this supply block right here. Taps it. And once it taps it, you knew, I knew it was coming down because we had this gap and it didn't fill. And then we had also the previous day's gap. Same video as yesterday. Same damn near story, right? So this gap was open, and sure enough, you drew it out and it drew right to it. Now we got this imbalance. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the as far as what's gonna about next week, but you see what's happening here. I mean, I'm now doing this more because I guess I should, but I don't want to confuse people. But at this point, you're starting to get the way I trade and how to trade. So hopefully this is a good addition to your arsenal, right? But very clear about how this just moved. So, and that's how I'm getting the idea of, see, when the dollar was coming down, when the dollar was going up, we were coming down. And then when the dollar hit the bottom, the dollar started going down and we started going up. That's how I did this. That's how I generally am, getting good direction, and I'm not so concerned. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, as far as next week goes, this is going to be a little tricky too, because now we're at a midway point, back to consolidation. Not consolidation, but like we still have price imbalance in there. Could they reach that high? Sure they could. They could reach up there, and then before they start taking these lows. So now you see this. This is already taken. Done. All right. And then obviously your next objective is that right there. See this? We'll draw that out. And then we got back that high right there. Why did I take that off? I shouldn't have took it off. Oh, it's there now. What am I doing? Days. All right. So here you go. Oh, that's actually not the right one. But that's okay. That's all right. Because after that is this. But you got price imbalance in here. So we're gonna, when we open up next week, we'll probably see either a gap up come in and then come back down, or we're gonna retrace, come back up, and then settle. I'm talking about Sunday night, Monday, and then settle, and then that'll be that Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, at the end of the week, either we push up to get that high, or we just start coming down for these lows. All right, because we do have price imbalance also in this big ass wick too. See that? So it'll be interesting. This is still consolidated, still choppy, so you have to have a plan to be in and out, and you don't need to hold for the whole trade. You can catch a good portion, as I did. Well, not as I did, but you can catch just this right here and be good. You don't want to be getting too much involved in this, but if you know what you're doing, sure, go ahead. But just from catching this buy from here and catching it to this gap is enough. You can be done for your day. You can make thousands of dollars just in that range. All right. I hope this helps. You guys take care. Have a good weekend, and God bless.